Hey everyone, I'm Kelly with Kelly Tinnen and Associates. We work with companies across the globe by empowering your workforce with leading edge soft skill presentations and workshops designed to foster organizational change, accelerate business growth, and really strategic change. So follow us for weekly updates by clicking the subscribe button and check out our socials by searching at Kelly Tinnen. This week I want to talk about lack of clarity when giving instructions. I used to often say, well, in fact, I do still say in my own home and even to my team, like it's in my head, you know what I mean? Well, surprise, I say that and nobody knows what I mean. This month and into next, we're going to talk about all things communication and discuss different challenges around communication in the workplace. This week, we're talking about how things can go awry when there's lack of clarity in instructions, and it creates this epic misrepresentation of tasks due to vague instructions, which hinders efficiency, creates mistakes, wastes time, wastes money, wastes resources. One of the issues that can create communication snafus in that workplace is when we don't give clear instructions, when we give instructions that are vague, that are fragmented, or just don't make any sense. And I have to admit, I'm guilty of that. I have a lot of things going on in my head a lot of the times, and just oftentimes they get jumbled out, and trying to get them out, it creates this vagueness, or it's completely unclear, and my team is like, what? Or things have happened and I've had to go back and say, no, that's not what I meant. And it's wasted time. I think this probably happens even more now that we have people working in hybrid and distributed environments, because communication has to happen through communication tools. And when we're in a hybrid or a distributed environment, the way that things come across can be different, and you're missing that tone, you're missing that context sometimes. We have to be really methodical in what we're saying and what we're doing and how we're communicating to people. So what does the research say, and some of the things that I've looked up? So misrepresentation defined is a manifestation of words or by conduct that deviates from actual facts. So it sounds harsh, but in the context that we're talking about, in most cases, misrepresentation is not malicious. It happens because we're human. And lots of factors come into play: culture, tone, a lot of things. Interestingly enough, there was a study that I read when researching for this particular topic that nonverbal communication, so not the words that we use, but the mannerisms that we have, account for more than 50% of a message. So it makes sense, especially when we're working in distributed teams, that so many things get lost in translation. It just makes sense because so much more of how we communicate is in what we do and how we're acting and what's on our face versus what we're actually saying. And I know I'm guilty of that. What's on my face versus what I'm saying sometimes. And tone can also be really important with communication because it conveys a message with clarity. And facial expressions, as I was saying, can say a lot without saying anything at all. Guilty of that. So what are some takeaways and some tips to bring some clarity to your communication? Give detailed, easy to understand instructions. So what I really try to do is list things out in bullet points and to be as succinct as possible, and to give examples where necessary. There's a lot of times when communicating with my team where I will actually take an image or a document that we're working on, and I will write text where it needs to go, almost like kind of script out or draw out, this is what I need and where I need it. So this has really helped our team ensure that expectations are clear and actionable. Prepare in advance, which is tough because we are working very quickly and fragmented sometimes, which is another case in itself, but take some time to put your thoughts together. Take some time to gather your thoughts, eliminate unnecessary jargon, create a message that's crisp and to the point. And preparation gives you time to take a step back and say, hey, is this what I really want to say? And then choosing the right communication channel. I mentioned this just briefly last week, but don't communicate bad news via email, via text message at 5 p.m. on a Friday, but develop a basic workflow within your office among your team, and choose the appropriate communication channels for the type of message. And different types of messages may require different types of mediums. And so just be mindful of that. That's talking about clarifying your communication message this week. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. It does really help us out. And subscribe to our channel for more content and videos like these. We've got plenty of content coming up in the coming months that we think you will find beneficial. Have any questions about the content that we covered today? I would love to hear from you, so drop us a comment. I do my best to try to respond to everybody. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and you'll see behind the scenes content, little snippets and tips to help you along your work journey. And you'll find links to some of the references that I used in the description of this YouTube video. And if you're interested in more topics about communication, check out that description for a couple of links to some previous blogs that I have prepared on this topic. With that, I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon.